Yuto walked down the carpeted hotel corridor, room key in hand. Room 402 felt like any other number. He swung the door open to find his random roommate already inside, a woman with silver blue hair, folding clothes from an open suitcase.
Oh, hi. You must be Yuto. Sorry, I'm just finishing up here. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination.
That phrase. I've only ever seen those words in one place, Mentor M's emails.
For 2 years, an anonymous mentor had guided his career through a blind pairing program. That line was their signature.
Is something wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
No, it's nothing. I am just a bit tired from traveling.
He forced a smile, but his mind was racing. Reina shrugged and went back to unpacking. 2 years earlier, this moment would have been impossible. 2 years earlier, Yuto hunched over his desk, the glow of a deadline the only light in his cramped cubicle.
A blind mentorship program. What do I have to lose? I am already drowning.
He typed a message he never thought he'd send. I am in over my head. Is there any hope for someone like me? The reply came faster than expected. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. Start with what you did right today.
That phrase, I've never heard anyone talk like that. It's like they knew exactly what I needed to hear.
He began to follow the advice, small steps. First, a successful project. Then, a voice in meetings that didn't shake. Months passed. The email thread grew into a private lifeline, one he checked more than any work document.
I used to dread these rooms. Now I stand up and speak. That mentor, they're the reason.
He finally typed the words he'd been holding back. Thank you. I was ready to quit before your first email. You saved my career. The mentor's reply was simple. You saved yourself. I just pointed the way. Keep going. Those words anchored Yuto in a way nothing else could. Weeks passed, and the email thread became a silent companion. Then one night, Mentor M wrote back, I've had a rough week. Even a wrong turn doesn't feel like it's leading anywhere. I am wondering if I should have stayed silent.
So even they have moments like this. The person behind the mask is human after all.
Yuto typed back, I am sorry you are going through that. Your words changed my life. Even if you can't see it, they matter. The reply came quickly. Your words mean more than you know. Thank you.
Do mentors feel lonely too? Maybe the program helps them as much as it helps me.
He saved that email in a special folder, a rare emotional note he couldn't bring himself to delete. Months later, a project collapse dragged him back into the old doubt. He drafted a raw email. I almost walked out today. Everything I learned from you feels like it's slipping. The reply came within minutes. Don't quit. Even a wrong turn can still lead to the right destination. I am still here. Because of those words, he didn't quit. Remember, at the retreat, no one knows the mentors. Anonymity is the rule. Don't try to find me.
I wouldn't even know where to start, but I'd recognize their writing anywhere.
The bus ride blurred into a haze of memories. 2 years of secret exchanges that had kept him afloat. The resort hummed with corporate cheer. Yuto checked in, forcing a smile to mask his quiet anticipation. The envelope read, Room 402, Reina Sasaki, a name he'd never seen before, lost among the crowd of colleagues.
Reina Sasaki, probably someone from another floor. Not a person I've ever met.
He took the elevator up, walked the quiet corridor, the carpet muffling his footsteps. His hand hovered over the door handle, completely unaware of what waited inside. 2 years of invisible guidance. The person on the other side of those emails remained a ghost, a phantom who had saved his career. He grabbed the handle. Everything was about to change. The silence stretched as they finished unpacking. Reina settled onto her bed, glancing at the retreat schedule.
Looks like the workshops don't start until tomorrow morning. Any sessions you are eyeing?
Maybe the one on cross-department communication. I've been stuck on a project where departments aren't aligning.
Oh, root cause trumps symptoms every time. If the departments aren't talking, The real problem is probably process, not people.
That phrase, root cause trumps symptoms. It's from an email last year, month 8. It's her. That's a very specific way to put it. Have you ever been part of the company mentorship program?
Raina's hand stilled on the schedule. For a heartbeat, her expression flickered. Something unreadable.
No. Why? I am just a regular participant.
No reason, just curious. Some of the phrases people pick up seem like inside jokes.
Raina's eyes narrowed almost imperceptibly. The air in the room thickened, no longer the easy casualness of strangers. The welcome dinner buzzed with forced cheer. Yuto and Raina sat opposite, tension simmering beneath polite talk.
You know, a mentor once told me, solve the person, not just the problem. I never forgot it.
Raina's fork froze mid-air. The color drained from her face, the words hitting her like a physical blow.
That's a common phrase, isn't it? I've heard it in plenty of places.
She's lying. That exact phrase came from an email 6 months ago. Is it? I've only ever heard it from one person.
Raina's napkin slipped. She stood abruptly, muttering something about needing the restroom.
It's her. There's no doubt now. Mentor M is sitting across from me.
When she returned, her face was a careful mask. She steered the conversation to the dessert menu. The rest of dinner was a performance. Back in the room, they unpacked in a heavy, unbroken silence. Hours later, the room was dark, the only sound their uneven breathing. Neither could sleep.
Raina, are you Mentor M?
The silence that followed had weight. Then the sound of sheets shifting as Raina sat up sharply.
How do you know that name? That's supposed to be confidential.
Every email began the same way. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. That phrase has been my lifeline.
Raina's hand flew to her mouth. A small sound escaped her. Half gasp, half sob, half sob.
Yes, it's me. I am Mentor M. I've been mentoring you for 2 years.
Why me? Out of everyone in the program, why did you keep writing?
Because in your first email, I saw myself. The same doubt, the same loneliness. I needed your words as much as you needed mine.
She reached for the lamp. In the sudden light, the wall of anonymity crumbled between them. Raina scrolled to a saved email on her phone, her hand trembling as she held the screen toward him.
This is the message you sent me 14 months ago. I never deleted it. That night, I had already drafted my resignation letter. I was done, burned out. Then this email came. I read it 7 times. I broke down crying and deleted that resignation.
I had no idea. I honestly thought I was just another junior mentee, a burden you tolerated.
The program exists because anonymity makes honesty possible. But your words kept me in this company.
Yuto sank onto the edge of his mattress, the weight of her words pressing down on his chest.
All this time, we've been holding each other up in the dark, without ever knowing.
They stared at each other, the silence thick with everything they'd never dared to say aloud.
Now you know the whole truth. I've broken every rule. So tell me, what do we even do from here?
Morning light found them at a small cafe table, nursing untouched coffee. The previous night's confessions hung between them like a fragile truce.
If anyone learns I mentored you and we're sharing a room, the program's credibility dies. So could my career.
So we just pretend last night never happened? Go back to being strangers who happen to work in the same building?
I am stepping down as your mentor, effective today. It's the only ethical path forward.
Your advice kept me at this company. I can't just erase that connection.
Your emails saved my career, but that doesn't change ethics. If the program loses trust, everyone suffers.
Without waiting for a reply, she opened her laptop and began typing a formal withdrawal notice to the mentorship coordinator. Yuto watched the cursor blink on the screen. Request to terminate mentorship, pairing effective immediately.
It's done. The mentorship is officially over as of now.
They sat in heavy silence. 2 people who had saved each other. Now strangers in a way they'd never been. The team-building exercise split them into different groups. but their eyes kept finding each other across the hall.
She saved me the last dessert. A small thing, but it feels like a message.
The afternoon was free, and somehow they both ended up on the garden path, walking side by side without a word.
I used to read fantasy novels obsessively before work swallowed every part of me.
I used to sketch. Badly. But I stopped when I thought I had to be serious.
I don't know what this is now, but I don't want to lose it.
Neither do I. We'll figure it out. Without titles, for now.
Toast to the rules we just shattered. Then,
They swapped personal numbers, not the work extensions they already knew. A new thread began. The retreat ended with handshakes and luggage, but they left with something no name tag could capture. Back in the office, Yuto hunched over a new report. The silence of his cubicle, a stark contrast to the retreat's revelations.
Almost drafted an email to Mentor M again. Old habits don't know the program is over.
Across the building, Reina stared at a project dashboard. Yuto's name sat under a flag deadline, and her fingers itched to intervene.
if I step in now, he'll never trust his own instincts. But watching him struggle is its own kind of pain.
A week later, Yuto presented his solution, an approach no one had considered, entirely his own. Reina heard the praise from a fellow director and felt something she hadn't allowed herself in months. Pure, uncomplicated pride.
Heard about the report. Well done.
Had a good teacher once.
They met for coffee at a corner shop. No one from the office in sight. The conversation was careful, but the warmth beneath it was real.
It's harder without you, but I am learning. That has to count for something, right?
A month later, rain lashed the streets, and they ducked into a quiet cafe, breathless and laughing.
When I started, I was the only woman at the table. They called my ideas cute, like I was a novelty.
And that sharpness I found in my inbox every week. That's you turning pain into armor.
Yeah. I decided no one else would feel that small, not if I could stop it.
Last month, I froze in a meeting. Couldn't remember my own proposal. Then I heard your voice. Even a wrong turn. It pulled me back.
She reached across the small table, her hand resting on his. No one moved to pull away.
It wasn't romance. Just two people who finally understood each other's loneliness.
They walked out into the rain, still talking as if the night had just begun.
She wasn't a mentor anymore. Just Reina. Someone who'd fought the same silent battles I had.
And for the first time, they were truly equals. Months later, Yuto was called into his boss's office with no warning. The conversation lasted 3 minutes. Team lead. The words sank in slowly. His solo work on the division project had been exceptional.
I actually pulled it off. No mentor, no lifeline, just me.
He stepped into the hallway, phone already dialing. His thumb hovered over her name.
I got the promotion, on my own. And I thought of you first.
In her office, Reina's eyes welled. No PR spin could hide the pride cracking her composure.
You did that, not me. You've been ready for a long time.
That evening, they sat across a linen table. No work lanyards, no titles, just two people sharing a meal.
A toast to the worst mentor who stepped away just in time.
To the best one. You knew when to let go. Next retreat, want to request the same room, for old times' sake.
A year later, the resort stood unchanged. At check-in, the screen read, Room 402, Yuto and Reina. Requested. The door handle turned without hesitation. This time, they stepped inside together. No puzzles left.
Last time I opened this door, I was holding my breath, wondering who I'd meet.
My whole world flipped that night. Yours too, I think.
The room looked the same. Twin beds, warm evening light. But the air held something different. History. Yuto set down his bag. It was heavier than a weekend's worth of clothes. Inside, a binder.
Every email. 2 years of being saved in the dark.
You kept them all?
We kept them. Half yours, half mine. The whole messy, beautiful record.
They sat on opposite beds, the binder open between them, the invisible made tangible. Yuto opened the binder to the first page, and the phrase that had anchored him stared back.
Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. Start with what you did right today.
I wrote that because I needed to believe it too. That night, my own career felt like a dead end.
They turned pages together, stopping at a message dated 14 months ago, the night she almost resigned.
This one. The night I almost disappeared from the company. Without it, I would have left.
And I would have been lost again. We really were each other's lifeline all that time.
Twilight deepened outside. The silence was no longer empty. It held everything they'd finally said.
We didn't just mentor, we anchored each other in the dark.
Reina nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks even as she smiled through them. The binder lay open between them on the nightstand, a testament to 2 years of unseen rescue. The next morning, they walked into breakfast together. No sideways glances, no silent questions. A passing colleague grinned. You two attached at the hip these days?
Something like that.
Later, they led the morning workshop together, mentor and former mentee, now a visible team. Afterwards, the mentorship program coordinator approached them quietly.
It worked because the people behind the masks were real.
The coordinator studied them, then nodded and left them to their coffee. Yuto and Reina exchanged a glance of quiet understanding. The afternoon passed on a garden bench, words unnecessary, the stillness companionable. By the bonfire that evening, they sat shoulder to shoulder, flames reflected in their glasses. The retreat no longer saw mentor and mentee, just two people who saved each other and themselves. The last evening found them on the balcony, the city lights sprawling below like a reversed map of stars.
A year ago, I stood here wondering if you'd ever speak to me again.
And now?
Now I can't imagine not having you in my life. It's become something I can't go without.
Yuto's hand lifted, tucking a strand of silver blue hair behind her ear. The gesture was unhurried, certain. Reina let her eyes close briefly, then opened them with a smile that held no walls at all.
Whatever this is, friendship, whatever, I am just glad it's not anonymous anymore.
Me too.
They stayed out there until the stars pricked through the dark, side by side, the distant city humming far below them. They remained there, shoulder to shoulder, as the stars claimed the sky. No definition was needed. The quiet spoke everything. Back in his apartment, Yuto placed the binder on the shelf he looked at most, right beside his desk.
2 years of invisible words. Now, they're the first thing I see.
A week later, his phone buzzed. A photo from Reina. Her caption read, "My favorite thing on my desk." Yuto smiled and typed back, "Mine too." 2 years of anonymous words had become the most visible part of both their lives. A split screen of 2 desks, 2 people who had anchored each other, both smiling, both free. The city skyline stretched beyond their windows. The company building just a distant shape. Soft evening light filled their separate spaces, but the same quiet certainty. And on Yuto's monitor, a sticky note remained in his own handwriting. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. On Monday morning, Yuto walked through the office with a new ease, the binder at home, its weight replaced by a quiet confidence. Across the building, Reina glanced at her own copy of the binder, then looked out her window at the same skyline.
Coffee at the usual spot. I feel like toasting again.
You read my mind. I'll bring the binder. You can sign the first page.
They met at the corner cafe, the same one where Reina had first confessed her near resignation. The air was easier now, lighter.
I used to dread walking into a room of executives. Now I walk in knowing someone believed I belonged there before I did.
You did the same for me. We were invisible scaffolding for each other. Now, the building stands on its own.
They clinked coffee cups, a ritual now. The binder lay open between them, a record of all the wrong turns that had somehow become the right destination. They walked out into the afternoon, side by side, no longer mentor and mentee. Just 2 people who had rescued each other in the dark, finally walking in the light. And somewhere, still pinned to a monitor, a handwritten note remained. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. That evening, Yuto's apartment glowed with soft lamplight. The binder sat on the shelf where it lived now, no longer invisible.
I wrote, even a wrong turn, when I felt like my whole career was a wrong turn. Now it's our motto.
Funny how a wrong room assignment led to the person who saved my career. The universe has a strange sense of humor.
They opened the binder once more, not out of need, but out of reverence. The pages had become a testament.
We didn't just mentor each other. We saw each other before we ever met.
And now, I don't think I could ever not see you.
The room settled into a comfortable quiet. No more confessions were needed. The truth hung between them like a well-worn coat. Beyond the window, the city lights blinked in their skyline, the company building just a part of a larger constellation.
To wrong turns, and the people who meet you at the end of them.
And as they clinked cups, the note on the monitor caught the lamp's glow. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. The night deepened around them, the city lights dimming one by one. Their cups had been empty for a while, but neither wanted to be the first to say goodnight.
Tomorrow's another workday. But I think I'll start it by reading an old email. Maybe the one where you thanked me for saving your career.
Read the one where I almost quit. It's a good reminder that the right destination sometimes needs a wrong turn first.
He handed over her copy of the binder, and she held it against her chest like a shield, or a promise.
Good night, Yuto. Thank you for not letting the wrong turn be a dead end.
Good night, Reina. See you at the office, with a fresh sticky note on my monitor.
The door clicked shut, and Yuto stood in the quiet of his apartment. The lamplight felt less lonely than it used to. Across town, Reina set her binder on the nightstand and stared at the ceiling, the quiet nothing like the silence of a year ago. In the morning, they'd go back to work, to meetings and deadlines, but they'd never go back to being anonymous. And somewhere, a handwritten note still clung to a monitor, catching the first light of day. Even a wrong turn can lead to the right destination. Months passed, and the seasons turned, but the foundation they had built remained unshaken. The world kept moving, but they moved with it together.
I got a new mentee through the program. I almost told them my secret on the first day, but I didn't.
The anonymity matters. They'll find their own way, like I did. You gave me the tools, not the answers.
Still, it's nice knowing someone else might get a lifeline. The program worked after all.
They paused outside the corner cafe, the very same one where the first confession had spilled out a year ago. Now it was just another part of their routine.
You know, I still have that sticky note. It survived 3 monitor upgrades.
I know. I see it every time you send me a photo of your messy desk. You really need a plant or something.
Their laughter blended with the city noise, easy and unforced. 10 minutes later, they'd be in a meeting together. But right now, they were just 2 people who had saved each other. They walked back toward the office, shoulder to shoulder, the skyline framing them. The company building no longer felt like a place of silent battles, but a landmark on a map they had drawn together. And somewhere, still pinned to a monitor, a handwritten note remained not a reminder of a wrong turn, but a testament that the right destination had been each other all along.